Alright, welcome to this lecture number 19 on space geometry. This is sixth lecture on space geometry. We will start with what we have done so far in space geometry. In our last 5 lectures, I will try to summarize all these because these are some very important concepts. To start with, for a given oblique line, we have seen that can we generate a point view of an oblique line. Okay, the point view means if this is a line and I want to have an auxiliary plane perpendicular to the point line, so that on that auxiliary plane I will have a point view, and we know the method of this. Similarly, for this given line, if this is the line, let's say inclined this way and not parallel to any of the principal planes, still I can generate the normal view of this or the true length view of this by generating an auxiliary plane which is parallel to this. We know that method, how to do it. Then for an oblique plane also, we know the method that for a given plane, I can see the edge view of the plane by generating an auxiliary plane which is perpendicular to plane and somewhere here. Okay, and on that auxiliary plane, this plane, oblique plane, will make the edge view. Alright, we can also have a normal view of this. So if I have a plane which is somewhere here parallel to this oblique plane, I have a plane here, okay, parallel. So this plane will be projected onto this auxiliary plane as a normal view. So this part also we know the method how to do it. Then few more things. The projections of a point on two adjacent orthographic planes are aligned along the projector. What is the meaning of this? If we are talking, say, the frontal plane, horizontal plane, and the profile, let us take a point which is situated here. This point will have a projection on the frontal, also it will have a projection onto the horizontal principal plane. So the projectors, if I draw the projector from the horizontal principal plane perpendicular to the hinge line, take it further down, the projection of this point on the frontal will be also along the projector. So the projection of a point in the object space on two adjacent planes, in this case horizontal and the frontal, will be aligned. This is an important concept and we make use of this very often. Then we saw that two lines are parallel provided their projections are also parallel. So we check it for whether the two lines are parallel or not. We check for their projections in all three orthogonal principal planes. Alright, if the lines are not normal lines, as we saw one example where the line was something like this, okay, it is making, or rather the line is, say, this way. So this line is projected onto the horizontal plane as well as projected onto the frontal plane, and this projection is normal to the hinge line. So except that case, if the line is inclined, oblique line, whatever the way the line is oblique this way, two lines, then these two lines, if I check on two orthographic planes and their projections are parallel, so the lines will be parallel. Only in the previous case which I was telling, there we have to check also on the third principal plane as we had done in our case on the profile plane, and we found that these two lines, okay, these two lines, their projections right now on the horizontal plane as well as on the frontal plane will be parallel, but on the profile they are intersecting. So then what we saw, that two lines are perpendicular if their projections are perpendicular while at least one of the lines is in normal view. So this is one line, that's the another line. Right now both these lines are parallel to the frontal plane, so you will see both the lines as normal view, and this is 90-degree angle, so on the projection also they will form the 90-degree angle. If I rotate one of the lines, the top one, still the projection of the blue line and the black line on the frontal will make the 90-degree angle. So what we need, at least one line we need as the true projection, as the normal view, while the other line can be a distorted view also. In this case, if the projections on this plane of these two lines are perpendicular, then we will say these two lines are perpendicular. Okay, so one of the lines in that case has to be normal view. Another concept, a line will be perpendicular to a plane if the line is perpendicular to the edge view of the plane. Well, this is also an interesting concept. If I have a plane here, this is the edge view. So for example, let's say this edge view you are seeing on the frontal plane, because this plane is perpendicular to the frontal plane. So on the frontal plane, we will see the edge view. So this line is perpendicular to the plane. In that case, what will happen? This line will also be parallel to the frontal, and the projection of these two on the frontal will be also the, or rather I will say, the edge view of the plane, and the projection of this line on the frontal will be perpendicular. So that is the condition whenever we want to see whether a line is perpendicular to a plane or not. Next, the angle between a line and a plane is the angle between the edge view of the plane and the normal view of the line. Okay, we will be making use of all these concepts. So if there is a plane and there is a line, all right, whichever the case. So if you want to see what is the angle formed, for example, this is the case, let's say. So this is the plane, that's the line. We are interested in the angle here. So to know this angle, what we do also, as in this case, if I can project this line as a normal view, also I have the edge view of the plane projected. Say in the case of the frontal plane, in this case, the normal view of this line is projected, as well as the edge view of this plane is projected. So the angle formed in the projection between the edge view and the normal view of the line will be the same as the angle over here. So this is what we are writing. The angle between a line and a plane is the angle between the edge view of the plane and the normal view of the line on any of the projection planes. So these are all very important concepts. Keep these in mind. We will be making use of these. By making use of these, what we have done a couple of tests. We can test now if two lines are parallel. You can test whether two lines are perpendicular, and we have seen all these tests already. Also, we can see whether two lines are intersecting. Okay, if for example these two lines, whether they intersect or not. So if you see it from the horizontal projection, on the horizontal projection, the projections will appear to be intersecting. All right, but on the frontal projection as well as on the profile, they are not intersecting. So if these two lines are intersecting, so the point of intersection is a physical point there. This point, okay, on the, when projected onto the horizontal plane and when projected onto the frontal plane, so these two projected points will be aligned along the projector. All right, then we can also test whether a line is on a plane or not, and that is we are doing by the line where the line is intersecting the edges of the plane. So these 2 points, we see whether these 2 points are aligned along the projectors on two adjacent orthographic views. So we have done that. We can also see whether a line is parallel to the plane. So one way, if there is a plane, there is a line here, whether they are parallel or not, I can do the edge view of the plane as well as I have the normal view of the line. Okay, and in that case, if these two are parallel, I will say, okay, yeah, line is parallel to the plane. Similarly, there is another way of doing it, and we saw a method for that. We, on the horizontal projection, for example, we draw a line parallel to the projection of the line onto the plane on the horizontal view. Then we found whether these two projected lines, the line and a line that we draw on the horizontal projection parallel to this projection, are also parallel onto the frontal plane or not. So that way we can carry out the test. Then if a line is perpendicular to a plane, yes, we can always check it, because we will be making use of the edge view and the normal view of the line. Finally, in our last lecture, we had seen, given a point, we want to drop a perpendicular onto a plane, how to do that. So having done all this, we will take this discussion further, and still our discussion will revolve around lines and planes and their interrelationships. In that, the very first discussion that we'll do is about, can we determine the angles of lines with principal planes? What is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is, if we have a line and you know the principal plane, for example, the principal plane is a horizontal plane, okay, that's the principal plane, and we have got a line. Now, what is the angle formed by the line with respect to the principal plane? We want to determine that angle. Alright, so we'll see the method of this, and we'll make use of the same concept, that if I can see this line as normal view, and also if I can see the plane as the edge view, then the angle between these two will be the angle. Alright, let's do it. So to see this, I'll give you one projection of the plane, okay, or rather I will say this is a line, because the plane in this case is a principal plane, and we want to determine the angle of line AB with the principal planes. And in the case of the principal planes, we will start one by one and we'll solve this problem. Let we have a line, and you know what I'm representing here. So we have the frontal view, horizontal view, and we have the profile view. And look at the notations also. AF, BF, line AB projected onto the frontal, AH, BH, projection onto the horizontal, and so on. Now to solve this problem, as I said, what we are making use of? We are making use of the principle that we will get a view in which the plane appears in edge view and the line in true length. Because we have discussed already, the angle between a plane and a line is the angle between the edge view of this plane and the projection of this line as the true length there. So if somehow we can do it, we will be able to determine the angles also with respect to the three principal planes. So in order to do that, because the basic definition now is, we are getting a view in which the plane appears in edge view and the line in true length. So over here, this is the line, or this is the horizontal projection of the line. How can I generate the true length of this line? Okay, I want to generate the true length of this line, and we know the method. To do that, what we will do, we will select an auxiliary plane, and for this, let's say this is the auxiliary plane. So the red hinged line which you see here, under the hinged line, vertically under the screen, lies the auxiliary plane. Okay, and this auxiliary plane I will open. Alright, so what will happen, because the projected line AB and the hinge, they are parallel to each other. So on this auxiliary plane A, the line will be projected as the true length. So let us do that. So if you project this line, it will be projected as true length. And you know where from we are getting the distances. For example, these are the directions of the projectors. Again, if I go for my basic definition, in the basic definition, what did we say? We said that this is A1 and this is A2 and this is A3. A3 is the auxiliary plane where we are trying to make the normal view of line AB. Alright, so we will be taking the distances from A1 and we will be drawing the projectors from A2. So this is why this is the direction of the projection, and will be point B will be making use of this distance. For point A we will be making use of this distance. If we put those distances there, then we can locate the ends of the point, and this is now the true length. So AA, BB, AA stands for the notation, A end of the line on the auxiliary plane, projected onto the auxiliary plane. So now what we have, if you look at this line is the edge view of the horizontal. Okay, this is the edge view of the horizontal. So we have now horizontal and the line, edge view of the horizontal and the line, and now the line is as true length. This angle will be the true angle. So we can now determine alpha, and alpha will be the angle between horizontal plane and the line. Alright, so the same thing we can do for others also. If you want to extend this for the rest, let us say for the frontal, what is the angle of the line with respect to the frontal? Well, in the frontal, this is the projection of the line AB. Parallel to this, I am taking the edge view of a plane, which is the auxiliary plane, and then this auxiliary plane I will rotate. Okay, so this area becomes my auxiliary plane, and we can call it A3, and in this case this will become A2, and my A1 can be this. Alright, as per the definition. Alright, let me clean it. So we will project now the line, and so the direction of the projection will be from A2 to A3, and distances I am taking from here. Alright, so if I do it, I will erase these lines. Okay, and then I am taking the distances and applying them here. You will notice the distance, and we have done this several times, so I may not repeat these again, but we will be using this information many times. Using this, I could get the point on auxiliary plane A1. This name A1 is not as per our definition. Okay, we are calling this as A, A1 and A2. That is how we are calling. But as per the definition, this becomes A3, this is A2, and this is horizontal is A1. Okay, keep that in mind. We have done it several times. Alright, so if we take it forward, AA1, BA1 is the true length of line AB on the auxiliary plane with the name A1. Alright, so once we have this, now the hinged line here is also the edge view of the frontal plane. Okay, it is the edge view of the frontal plane, so we can determine this angle. So let us see this angle, and angle is beta. So that's the angle of the line with the frontal plane. Same thing very quickly we can do it for the profile also. So parallel to the line I am taking the hinged line, okay, or the edge view of the plane which is going under the screen. Then I will open it up. So this entire becomes the auxiliary plane. So on that auxiliary plane I am taking the projectors from A2, in this case the profile, and then I am measuring the distances from A1, in that case the frontal. So please notice this distance is the distance here, and this distance is the distance here. Alright, and then we connect it, so we get the true length of the line on the auxiliary plane, and all these three are the true lengths, so they should be same. Again, with the edge view I can measure the angle, and this is the angle gamma. So whether I do it this way or I do it here, that's the angle gamma, because the line here is parallel to the edge view. Okay, so this is how we can determine the angle of an oblique line from three orthographic principal planes. If you go further now on this, we can do the same thing also by making use of the method of revolution. And you know, in the case of method of revolution also, we were able to determine the true length of a line. So what we did in the previous case, we were determining the true length of a line, and then that true length and the corresponding adjacent orthographic plane, its edge view, the angle between those was the angle. Okay, so now we make use of the method of revolution. Let us see how we can do it. In this case, we will be doing it first for a given line. Using the method of revolution, we want to determine its angle with respect to the horizontal plane. Let us do it. Okay, so that's the horizontal plane and the frontal plane, and these are the projections of a line AB on the horizontal and frontal. Let us say we want to determine the angle of this line with respect to the horizontal plane. Okay, so we want with respect to the horizontal plane, so this is the angle that we want to determine. What we have to do, the basic is, to know this angle, I want to create the edge view of the horizontal plane, because that is the angle between the edge view of the horizontal plane and the true length, where the projection of this line is as the true length. Okay, so with the help of the projection on the horizontal plane, and by rotating that projection, you know that method, I can rotate this projection, and by rotating it I can locate the corresponding point over here. So I will have the true length of the line. Okay, I will have the true length of the line, and using the true length of the line, we can generate, or rather once we have the true length, with the help of the true length and the edge view of the horizontal, the angle between them is the angle that we are looking forward to. Okay, let me do it. So first of all, what we will do, we'll rotate the and A by holding the and B. So if you are doing it, what is actually happening? And A is rotating. Alright, please take it. We have done it before. If this is a line, and this line is being projected onto the horizontal, okay, that's the and B, that's the and A. It is being projected like this on the horizontal, okay, let's say this way, and also it is being projected onto the frontal. Now what we are doing, by holding the and B and rotating this, here is the rotation that I am doing. So in this case, you will notice the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the horizontal plane, because this is how we are rotating. So axis of rotation is perpendicular to the horizontal plane. That's why we are writing here. Alright, if you do that, with the help of this, we have done it earlier also, I can determine the corresponding true length. So BF AFR is the projection of the line on frontal plane as the normal view. So we write it as true length, normal view. So what we have now, we have the on the frontal plane, the normal view of the line, and also we know the edge view of the horizontal plane. So the angle between these two is the angle of the line with respect to the horizontal plane. So we measure that angle here. That's the angle, because this and this are parallel. And what this hinge is showing here, the hinge line is actually showing the edge view of the horizontal plane. Alright, so whether I do it this way, that's the angle phi h, or we write it here, in either way, we could now determine phi h. What we will do now, we will take this further and do it for the some other cases. The other cases, if you want to do it again the same line, but in this case we want to do it with respect to the frontal. Okay, so angle of the line now with respect to the frontal plane. Okay, this line is inclined to the frontal plane. What is that angle? That is what we are doing. So like we had done for the horizontal case, we'll repeat the same method over here. So here again, by keeping the end B of the line fixed, I am rotating the A in such a way. Now in this case, what is happening? Let's say this end is B, this end is A. Now I am rotating the line so that the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the frontal plane. So the meaning of this is I am rotating the line in this manner, and by rotating the line I am making the line parallel to the horizontal plane. Okay, so on the horizontal plane it will make the true length. Well, if it is parallel to the horizontal plane, okay, that is how my projection of the line on the frontal plane will be. We extend it, take it to the horizontal by means of the projectors. We have done it before, and that is how we will be able to determine the point AHR. So BH AHR is the true length. So now we have got the true length, and also we know the edge view of the frontal plane, which is being shown by the hinge line here. And the angle between these, the TL and the edge view, is the angle between the line and the frontal plane. So we just make that here, and that's the angle phi F. We can extend the same thing also. So I'm writing here for this yellow line, I'm writing this as axis of, this is the projection of the axis of revolution. And you'll notice this line will have a point view onto the frontal plane. And that is why the axis of revolution was perpendicular to the frontal plane. Let's take it further. We would like to do it same thing for the profile case. So these are the projections of the line, and now we have the projection on the profile view. We want to determine the angle of the line with respect to the profile plane or the profile principal plane. So we would like to do again the same thing. We will use the projections over here, okay, and we will try to make the true length of the line on the frontal. Okay, we'll try to make the projection of the line as true length on the frontal, and then that line and the hinge of the profile plane, they make the angle in which we are interested. So let us do it. Okay, so to do that, I'm rotating the line, again keeping the end B fixed and A rotating. In this case, you will notice the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the profile plane. Okay, it is perpendicular to the profile plane. So if I rotate it, I have made now the line parallel to the frontal plane, okay, by rotation. So the corresponding projection of the line on the frontal can be also located now. So BF AFR is the projection of the line which is shown here. Okay, the projection of the line which is parallel to the frontal plane is being projected as this onto the profile plane. We know it. And the corresponding projection onto the frontal plane is this, which is the true length. So this angle between the true length, this or the true length projection of the line and the hinge of the profile plane is the angle in which we are interested. So let us use this, and if you do it, finally we'll have the angle phi P. So that's the angle phi P. Again, as I had told you earlier, this is the axis of rotation, and we are seeing the axis of rotation projection, the projection of the axis revolution on the frontal plane, so it will be a point view on the profile plane. That is why it is perpendicular to the profile plane. Okay, let's take it forward, and now we will see that what is the condition to determine angle between a line and a plane. Okay, there is a plane, an oblique plane, and there is a line, and this is oblique, this is also oblique, but we are interested in determining the angle here. So the condition that we saw earlier, condition is, if I can see the edge view of the plane and I can see the line as the true length, okay, somehow if you can project it that way, then in that case, on that projection where I see the edge view of the plane and the true length of the line, the angle between the edge view and the true length of the line will be the angle which is the angle between the line and the plane. So we are making use of this concept. So for this, we'll see a few cases. Okay, I will show you one example here. Let 1, 2, 3, 4 is a plane, and as you can notice, this 1, 2, 3, 4 plane is something like this. Okay, and because this is how the edge view of the plane is being seen on the frontal plane or the frontal projection. You're seeing on the frontal an edge view. All right, so the meaning is this plane is perpendicular to the frontal, and this plane is being projected onto the horizontal as a foreshortened one. So this is the one. Let there is a line also. Okay, and the line I'm drawing here now, that's the line on the, and the line, the projection of the line on horizontal. Let us give the line the name AH and BH. So the line AB, its projection on the horizontal plane is AH and BH. All right, the same line, its projection on the frontal is AF and BF. Okay, in this case, just something little different than what we are discussing right now, and that is about the visibility of the line. You will notice a part of the line I have done as dashed line, while this part as the solid line, this part as a solid line. Why? I will show you by an example, and of course you can see it from here also. If you look at these three parts, you know, this is how the projection of the line and the plane is being seen on the frontal. And what is the meaning of the horizontal projection? The meaning of the horizontal projection is that we are seeing from the top. So when we are seeing from the top, we will see this part as such. So that's why this part is coming as the solid line. Also, this particular part we are seeing directly, so this is being seen directly. Okay, so both of these parts are coming as the solid line. However, this particular part is under the plane. Okay, it's under the plane. That's why this particular part is being seen as dashed line. Okay, so this case is something like this. Let us say, think of this case. All right, if I'm seeing it from the top, and I will rather make it little like this, little more like this. Yes, that's the plane. Here is a line. Line is going under the plane. Okay, line is going under the plane and then coming out, and it is coming out. So if I see it from the top, this part of the line here, I will see directly. So this part will be projected onto the horizontal as the solid line, while this part of the line, because it is under the plane, this will be projected as dashed line, and then this part of the line, again I can see directly from the top. So this part is being projected as the solid line. Okay, so this visibility concept also should be clear to us. Why and when we saw the things as solid or the dash. Now in this case, is this the angle which is the angle between the line and the plane? No, it is not, because in this case, though we are seeing the plane as the edge view, you will notice this projection of the line is not the normal view, is not the true length. Why is it not true length? Because on the horizontal, the projection is inclined, it is not parallel to the hinge line. That's why the projection of AB on the frontal plane is foreshortened. And what is the condition we said? The condition is we should see the edge view of the plane, as well as we should see the line as the normal view. So here is the case. This plane is perpendicular to the frontal, so I will see the edge view, and as well as this line is parallel to the frontal, so I will see this line as the normal view. So if this is being projected over there, whatever is this angle, the same angle I can also measure from the projection. Okay, so if this is the case, here this is not true length, that's why it is not the true angle. Let's see the other case. In other case, again, yes, a plane and the edge view of the plane, as we have seen earlier. Now here in this case, the projection of the line on the horizontal plane is parallel to the hinge line. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? The meaning of this is this line is parallel to the frontal plane. If this line is parallel to the frontal plane, its projection onto the frontal plane will be the true length. So AF BF is the true length. We are writing it here. So now we have the condition. The plane is coming as edge view, the line is coming as true length, so the angle between these two will be the angle between the line and the plane. Okay, so this is the true angle. Alright, we'll make use of this concept further. So I will end this lecture over here. Using the same concepts, we will resolve some more problems. So please learn all these before you get into the next lecture. Thank you.